We woke up to a beautiful and frosty morning at Nichols Hut, with one of the best views from a bathroom on this trail I may have ever seen. We managed to start a small fire in the fireplace, even with the wet wood, to finally dry out our gear after 3 days of wet clothes. Good morning. We are now just finishing up the first section of the Tararuas. So we're going to stay in a hut just outside of Levin, so we can walk in the morning to resupply. Because we've had quite the adventure over the last 5 days. Bushwhacking. And we're back into the spooky forest. It's so cool in here. It's just like everything is covered in something growing. Wow. There are days when through hiking is so difficult. So difficult that you're not sure why you do it. And then the next day you'll wake up and it will be so beautiful that it almost brings you to tears. And that's really why I keep doing this. The effort that is required to access these wild places is what makes me appreciate how stunning they really are. The adversity adds to the magic because there's no other way to get here. Okay, I made it up to the big peak of the day. We're like 1,450 something meters. Oh, the views are beautiful. You can see the coastline behind me. Yeah, the Tararuas are cool. I didn't really know what to expect, but they're stunning. Yeah, it's been really cool being up on the ridge lines and just kind of like seeing all of the folds and all these cool trees and plants and things. It's really beautiful. Then I'm going to try and make it to this little hut way down there to eat some lunch. And then from there, I think it will just be, I don't know, like 7 kilometers to where I'm intending to stay for the night. And then town tomorrow, just for a quick little stop and more food. Because I started with 4 days of food and I've been out here for 5. So my food bag is pretty skimpy at this point. So, all good. I'm just gonna eat my emergency couscous for dinner today. Good times.
You're good.
What's your punishment for not doing it?
Oh, right.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You both can think of something.
It's just disrespecting the entire game.
It is.
Yeah.
The game's over now.
Yeah.
Continue the game.
You can never be played again.
Taking a lunch break at this cute little hut. It's really nice outside today, finally. And here's one of those really weird signs where the hut I'm meant to be going to is only 4 kilometers away, but it's saying it's going to take 4.5 hours to get there. How? I don't even understand that. The signs in this section make no sense. It just told me it's 3 hours to get to the hut that is 2 kilometers away. The last sign said it was going to take me 4.5 hours from the junction. And that took me, it's been an hour since the hut that I had lunch at. That was 3 kilometers ago. So I find that a little odd because even on a terrible day, it wouldn't possibly be 1 kilometer an hour out here. It's muddy and steep, but like, woo, nah. Unless gut hook is severely wrong, I mean far out, because I'm looking and that's likely my trail up there. That looks like a lot of work. Confusing. Far out has been wrong before. I just prefer it wasn't wrong on the distances at the end of the day. We'll see, we'll see. Practicing for Tim's legs. Oh, so nice. Good morning. It was daylight savings time overnight, so now it's like 6:30 in the morning. I've just been lazily getting up with the sun every day. And then I did that this morning, and it was an hour earlier, so ta-da. Oh. It's so pretty out this morning. It's the start of your modeling career. Let's do it. Let's go.
1 kilometers.
Oh no, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. One of the toughest things about through hiking is having to say goodbye to your trail family. And this is where our little three musketeers had to split up. The wonderful Maria reached out to me on Instagram and offered to host us in her home for a few days. Unfortunately, Tim was on a different timeline and he needed to keep walking, so Josh and I decided to take her up on her offer and relax for a few days in Palmerston North. While Maria was at work, she sent her neighbor over to take us out to the paddock and chase some cows around. He needed to move them from one field to the next and took us along for the ride to show us his farm.
I'm just trying to edit a video, cat. They're very cute. They're also in the way.
Hey, I'm here with John. We're eating lunch. You gonna say anything?
Not really.
Oh, really? Perfect. I had such a nice time in Palmerston North, being treated to some serious hospitality. I met with John from the TA Trust and got to spend lots of time with Maria and her husband in her home. After several days of rest and recovery, it was time to resupply and pack up. This is also where I decided to make some adjustments to my itinerary. There was going to be a lot of rain in the coming days, which was flooding the Whanganui River, which meant that kayaking down it was just not going to be an option. I wasn't particularly worried about this though. It's a bit expensive and not really what I wanted to spend my time doing, so I made an arrangement to get up to Tongariro National Forest. So I've been at Maria's place now for a few days. She's been graciously hosting Josh and me at her house for the last couple of days, and it's been super nice to just hang out and like have a space and Wi-Fi and food, and she's been cooking, and anyway, it's been super nice. She's so lovely. But it is officially time to go back to the trail. But I'm skipping around a little, let's be honest. I'm gonna go up to, okay, I had to look up what it's called because I keep forgetting. So I'm going up to do the Tongariro crossing and around the mountain. So adding a bit of extra mountain hiking while skipping a bunch of road walking. Sorry, I know there are like little pretty bits in the middle, but I feel like I'm a little, not short on time, but I just, you know, feeling like I'd like to speed this North Island situation up a little. I don't really feel like walking on a bunch of roads, and I am okay with that. So anyway, so I'm adding more bits in the mountains and less bits on the road. It won't even out entirely, but it's gonna be a great time, and that's really what I'm out here for. So we're driving up to Tongariro National Park today, and we'll hike on Sunday because it's gonna rain all day today and tomorrow. But we'll just get up there and then we have options. Then yeah, so it'll take a few days, I think, to do the crossing and around the mountain and the other bits and pieces that we want to do out there. And then I will carry on northward from there.
But I'm just the strongest.
Bye, Daisy. Back to the trail. You thought you were not going back, but you are.